Hello again, and welcome back, everybody. I appreciate those that watch my video, and if you would please comment and subscribe so that you can see any updates concerning my next videos. They are unlisted, so only those in my family, I guess, will be able to see them, whoever I send a link to, and they'll be able to go from there. But anyway, to start off with, I do remember going to Ames, and I don't remember much about the inside of the school. Uh, I remember being out in the playground area mostly. That's about all I remember. I don't even remember who my teacher was. It's just a very vague memory of the actual school. I do have more memories of living over on Palm and 14th. I know we lived it was like a set of row houses, I guess, or apartments that went down about, I don't know, maybe half a block, quarter of a block, somewhere in there. But I remember playing out on the front steps of the front stoop, so I'm thinking that we lived on the first floor. So I do remember playing out in the front and also in the backyard. I do remember looking from the backyard at the building, and there was a set of steps and porches that went up. They were all wooden, and if I remember correctly, uh, they weren't finished or anything. It was like bare wood. I remember them being kind of gray or grayish. But I do remember going up and down the steps playing, and we played up on the porches. There was an attic, a big long attic that went the length of the building. And I don't remember a whole lot being up there. It was just rather dusty, and it was a dry place to play if it was raining outside. But we played a lot in the attic and down in the backyard. I do remember us going down to 14th Street, the little shopping area down there where Crown's Candy is. There was I think it was Red Wing shoes there. There was a Woolworths. Um, Tom McCann shoes. That's what it was, because I remember as a kid wearing Tom McCann shoes, and trying to think of anything else that I remember there. Mainly, I remember Crowns, going into Crowns, and they had booths, and I'm sure they still do to this day. Have booths set up with a little jukebox that was sitting in the center of the table, and you could flip. Had a little lever at the bottom. You could flip through the pages and see what music was on there, what songs were on there, and then you could actually put your money in, and I forget how much it was, a nickel, something like that, maybe a dime, to play the jukebox, and it would play in the store. But I can remember having the malts there, gigantic. They'd bring out a couple glasses and the big metal container or cup or whatever that it came in. And if I remember correctly, you could get at least two of their glasses from that uh, metal container, I guess the mixing container that went into the shake machine, or the stirrer, or whatever you want to call it. But I remember they were great. It was fantastic going there, and we just had, I can remember good times there. But anyway, that's pretty much all I remember from that area. And then the next thing I remember was going to, we lived in Wellston, and I believe it was on either Theodosia or Kenlin. Um, I don't remember. I remember one of them was like across the street behind the First State Bank of Wellston. And I used to play with kids around there, and there was a garage next door to our yard area. Our yard was kind of on the side of the building. And I can remember us kids playing up and down the street. And when it was hot during the summer, uh, we would go in and ask if we could use their water fountain. They had it was a water cooler, had the big bottle of water on top, and they would let us get a cup full, a little cone shaped paper cup. And I can always remember one of the guys in the garage was always telling us, "Be careful, that's full of vitamin P." So uh, didn't know what he meant at the time, but I caught on later. And then also they were building a drive-through at the bank, and there was a lot of construction. They had dug up an area, and I guess they were going to use the pneumatic tubes for the drive-through, and so they had trenches dug so they could put in the piping for it. And I remember a couple of us kids going over there and playing in the trenches, playing war in the trenches, like trench warfare. So I remember that. I went to Notre Dame de Lourdes school there, and I believe that was on Kinlan. And again, I don't remember much of first grade in the school with the nuns, but I do remember one thing about the school. They had a merry-go-round. It was just the bars, and then they had wooden seats that went around the outside. And you could get on it, and the older kids would get in the middle and push it to get it going super fast. And one day I thought I was big enough that I could do it. And I got in the middle with the bigger kids. And I ended up falling, and I grabbed onto a bar or the seat or something. I don't remember exactly. But it was an asphalt playground, and my face scraped along the asphalt. I still get chills thinking about that to this day. But I messed up my face pretty bad. And I remember, I guess the school called Mom. Dad was probably at work, and she came to pick me up. And I asked her if I could see what my face looked like. All I can remember was burning and pain real bad in my face. And she didn't want to show me, but she did. I guess she took me in the bathroom where the mirror was, or in the bedroom. And I looked at my face, and it scared the heck out of me. I mean, it was worse than what I thought it would ever be. It was almost like the top layer of my skin was taken off my face. I don't know how long it took to heal. I don't know if I went back to school like that. Don't remember anything much other than, those facts that I just told you about. And then other things I remembered, we lived on the second floor. Well, I remember over there on, I guess, behind the bank, I can remember we used to sit outside on the side steps, and all we had was window fans to cool us off during the summer. So most of the time we just sat outside. You go take your bath to cool off, and then you come outside and sit on the steps, and the grown-ups would talk, and there were a few of us kids around. And so, we just sit out there and relax. And that's pretty much it for that memory on that street. The other one we lived at, I don't know, I guess that was Kinlan. And I remember we lived upstairs, and I had a few memories from that one. That, of course, was where we lived whenever my face got scraped up at school. And then also, I remember getting the measles around Christmas time and not being able to go outside and play with my toys. And I think it was a state trooper set. It was a gun belt with all the stuff on it, the handcuffs and the gun, and I think there was a rifle with it too. I don't remember exactly, but I remember the only place I could play with it was in the house. And Kay had been born, and I remember one time she had a tricycle inside the house. I don't know why she couldn't go outside or what was going on, but she was riding her tricycle through the apartment and ended up going over by the steps and basically rode her tricycle down the steps as far as I can remember, and didn't fall over until she got to the bottom. And I remember when she fell over at the bottom, she started crying. And of course, Mom came running, and I guess Dad did too, and to make sure she was okay. But as far as I remember, she was all right. Uh, you know, it was just funny that I remember she rode all the way down the steps on her tricycle without falling over, and then when she got to the bottom, she fell over and started crying. So I don't know, Kay, if you have a better memory of this than I do, let me know. So anyway, that was pretty much the memories I had of those two locations. And actually, I guess I was in first and second grade at Notre Dame, because in the next video I'll discuss third grade and back up on the north side again after Wellston. But I figure that's enough for now. I know my last video was quite long, but I want to keep this one a little bit shorter. And I hope that you enjoyed this. If any of my family has any other memories of those two locations or schools, please leave a comment. Let me know. And, we can go back through and I can pass those memories on as well. But if you would please subscribe. I know there's not going to be a lot of subscribers. This is just for family and a few friends. But, please let me know. And, in the comments if you had any other memories of those days. Again, I want to thank you all for watching my videos. I know some of you feel obligated, and I am sorry. You're not obligated to watch it. I'm just letting you know when I get it. But if you do subscribe, I'm pretty sure, and if you turn on the notification, I think there's a notification bell. If you do that, you'll get notifications of when I post a video. And then that way I won't have to continue sending links. The only links I'll send out are two new people that I'd like to have them watch the video. Hey, back for another just quick memory that I had over in Wellston. I remember the place that we lived upstairs at that I was talking about. I remember going out in the backyard, and at the back of our yard was the Wellston streetcar tracks. We had streetcars that went behind our house. And I actually remember being able to ride on one. I think Dad or Mom took me on one. But I can remember as a kid, me and a friend of mine used to, if we had a penny or something like that, we'd put it on the track and let it get squashed, flattened, and then rocks if we didn't have a penny, just to see what would happen. And also, the streetcars went down to what was called the Wellston Loop at the time. That's where they made their turnaround at. Where they came from, I don't know. Where they went, as far as how far they went or anything, I don't remember. I do remember there was a Katz store. I think it was K-A-T-Z. It was I don't know, like a dime store or something along those lines. And then, of course, the only other thing I remember that was there was 905 Liquor Store. That was a chain of liquor stores in the St. Louis area. If I remember correctly, they were quite large, of course. Being at the age I was, everything was large. But that's just a couple more things that I wanted to add on to this video. Just memories that came back as I was watching it, but to make sure everything was okay. But again, if you have any other memories, any of my family that have any memories, my sisters, that have any memories from those days in Wellston. I do know my sister Linda went to Central at that time, which was kind of out of our district, but she was still able to go there. But either that or it was Beaumont, one of the two, because I know she went to Beaumont as well. But if you have any other memories of Wellston, please put them in the comments. Again, subscribe, hit the notification bell if there is one, so that you can receive updates when I do post a new video. Again, love you guys. Take care.